Hey, I'm Lowrance, Sales Manager with Radioworld, and I want to welcome you to this video we're doing for our virtual show series. And today I have with me from Lowrance, Jerry Heels, who's a pro staff that I've known for probably 20 years, and you've probably seen him if you've attended one of the shows in the past. But for those who may be watching who don't know Jerry, why don't you tell people watching a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Lauren, I've been, as you say, I've field staff with Lowrance now. This is my 21st year with the company. I really enjoy working with electronics and to be able to help people with setting their units up, things like that. I own a electronics company that installs marine electronics in boats and everything to do with marine electronics.
Yeah, that's good. And yeah, we're going to probably, if we have time today, shoot another video that you guys should check out on what Jerry does. So if you are in the GTA looking for an installer, Jerry's your guy. So 2021 is actually a pretty exciting year for Lowrance, Jerry. You guys have some new products coming out. Probably the most notable is the active target sonar that you have, and then the new Elite FS. Why don't you tell us a little bit about those products?
Yeah, the Elite FS is a new head that we came out with this year, a new unit that we came out with this year, which has active target transducer, which allows you to look down below your boat in an active image, so you actually see the fish swimming down below. You can also turn the transducer to shoot ahead, which shows you everything that's ahead of the boat in great detail. Again, you'll actually see the fish that are moving down below your boat or ahead of you in your boat. Or you have another mode on there which is called Scout mode, where you can look and scan ahead of the boat, but quite a bit farther in a wider area as well. So that's really a big thing this year for Lowrance.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. The live sonar has been really popular, and now that we have such high detail with Lowrance, that's definitely something that Lowrance customers and users are going to be really happy about. The active target works with the Elite FS, which we'll go into a little bit in a second, the HDS Live and HDS Carbon. So even if you have an older unit, it will work.
Absolutely, yes, which is nice.
Upgrade, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You don't have to, it's not like everybody has to jump right onto the FS. They can plug it into their units going back a year or two. Yes,
yeah, for sure. So we're going to talk a little bit about deals we have too, but let's first just kind of tell people who might be interested in purchasing Lowrance kind of how the different units are positioned, because we have a hook reveal, Elite FS, I guess, and also Elite TI2, which is still around for the time being, and then HDS Live. So who would be the typical customer for like a hook reveal unit?
Your hook series or hook reveal is for the guys with the smaller boats, smaller fishing boats, where they don't want to network with another unit, somewhere else in their boat. So it's a standalone unit that you start off with, or if you have a smaller boat, the hook series is by far the best unit to get. It gives you, you can get it with different transducers, so you can get the down imaging, you can get your sonar, and of course you get your mapping.
Right. Okay. And then so the new Elite FS that you guys have coming out, being that it's in the middle of the road, that's probably more for somebody who wants to maybe not just a standalone unit on a boat or kayak, but something that would network, maybe 2 units like on an aluminum boat, that type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can have a little bit of a larger boat where you want to network to a unit in the front of the boat, put an FS up front, and use another unit back in the back of the boat, so that you can drive to your location anytime you want with mapping and scout for fish, of course, and then when you get there, you can use the unit on the front of the boat to be able to scan where you're standing with your trolling motor in the front. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, like you mentioned, it works with that new active target, so that would probably be the most cost-effective way to get into the active target system.
Yeah, it would be for sure. You're able to, and the nice thing is when you get up on the front of the boat, with the older units or units going back in time, we're able to look down below the boat and see 2D sonar, or see the active, the imaging below with downscan. But now with the active target, you're able to look ahead of the boat, which is extremely important nowadays, because instead of wasting a lot of time on an area, you can actually go along and you can scan left, you can scan right, and you can say, well, they're just not here. The weeds, if you're looking for weed lines or clumps or rock piles, it's going to show those rock piles, and you go, well, there's rock piles here, so there's going to be fish with them. They're going to relate to the structure for sure. This with active target, you're able to do that and see it, and you know what's there, and you can leave. You can say, they're not here, there's no rocks here, but that's what I'm looking for, and you can be gone.
Right.
Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, you know, a lot of what we're doing when we're fishing is trying to just find the fish, right? Not trying to waste time. So Elite FS with active target's probably one of the best ways to do that. And then finally we have the Lowrance HDS Live units. So who would be the typical customer for an HDS Live?
In your live series, you get guys that are tournament fishermen, very serious fishermen that want to network, have multiple units on their boat. Putting 2 on the dash, for instance, you can use one of them that'll just give you mapping. The other one you can have strictly your sonar on it. You can have anything you want on there. You can have radar, of course, for some of the larger boats, but they're a unit that you can put outboard pilot on, so you know it'll steer your boat for you. So it's for the more advanced fishermen that is very serious, a tournament fisherman for sure. That's when you get up into the live screens.
Gotcha. Okay. So pretty much, if you want to be able to do anything and everything with Lowrance, it's HDS Live.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, the live series is the one that does everything for you. Whereas you step back into an elite series that won't let you do radar, for instance, or outboard pilot for some of the tournament fishermen.
Okay.
Yes.
One unit we mentioned but didn't talk about yet was the Elite TI2, and that's a unit that is, I assume, going to be phased out over time with Lowrance because of the new Elite FS unit. They're kind of positioned the same. We do have some great deals on those, so let's take a look at some of the boat show deals we have right now on Lowrance products. Okay, I just want to show you guys now a few of the Lowrance deals that we have at Radioworld for these virtual shows. So first we'll start with the hook reveal units. We have their 7 and 9 inch models, and these come with the HDI 50/200 transducer and the Navionics Plus card, which covers North America. The next one we have is the Elite TI2, which is their 7-inch model, which is touchscreen, as Jerry has mentioned. And this one also comes with the chirp transducer and the downscan imaging transducer. It also comes with the Navionics card for North America. Then we also have their boat-in-a-box system, which is the 2 HDS 12 live units and a bunch of the accessories you need to rig that up on a boat. The active imaging 3-in-1 transducer, 0.1 heading sensor, the remote, and all the networking cables you need to connect that. We also have some great deals on the HDS products if you want to purchase them individually as well. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about how Lowrance positions their products. You guys have a good understanding of the different models and which one you should choose. And we've also talked about the special deals we have, but I want to ask Jerry now, what is his favorite feature on the Lowrance products? So what's your favorite feature, Jerry?
For sure, the fish reveal, Lauren. Fish reveal is something that no one else has in the industry, where you're looking at down imaging on your sonar anywhere in your boat, and you're looking at the bottom, and the bottom you can make it any color you want. I like brown because in a lot of cases the bottom is brown with mud and things like that. And when there's a fish there, it comes into the screen in a different color. And that's paramount when you're looking at fishing, because there's no question that that's a fish down there because it comes in a different color. You can change that palette. You get a brown bottom, for instance, but you can make your fish come in. I like to have them come in lime green. It's just the color that I like, and there's no question that that's a fish. Whereas going with 2D sonar, when you're looking at it, in 2D, you're really not sure whether that's a fish or whether that's weeds on the bottom. People say to me all the time, I can't tell whether that's a fish or not. With fish reveal, there's no question. That is a fish. You know it's there.
For sure.
Perfect.
Sure. Well, hey, Jerry, let's get you to show it to us on one of these units here.
Yeah,
okay?
for sure. Absolutely. Okay, so this is the fish reveal that we have. And this, to me, is the greatest thing ever. And again, it's because no one else has it as well. When this first came out, I was absolutely blown away by what it does. So as you can see, you have the bottom here, and I like the brown palette for the bottom, and I like green for the fish up top. Just my preference. I just think it's the easiest to see. As you can see here on the side here, you'll see some trees that are in the background, and the fish are relating to those trees. So there's a steep drop off of the bottom. If this is a screen and you're going along and there's no fish, then you have the background is dark in this case. interface, and when you come up to a fish, it shows up green. There's no question when you see that green in there that it is a fish. It's not a weed or a stick or anything floating, or down the years ago, we had a bubble, it would show up. These are true fish. If you see something that's there that shows up in green, then you know it's absolutely a fish.
So basically what you guys are doing is taking the best qualities of your downscan sonar, which is the high detail bottom views,
right,
and then the chirp, the best qualities of the chirp sonar, which is the fish detection, right? And then combining them in one screen.
Absolutely. Yes, so when you see anything in there in green, it's a fish. You don't have to say, oh, well, I'm not sure what that is. It is for sure a fish, no question.
Nice to take the guesswork out of it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Jerry, we just heard about one of your favorite features, fish reveal, and the hook reveal units are one that also have that feature on them, right?
Yeah, correct, Lauren. The hook reveal. This is one here that I have, and there's you actually see the bottom with the hook reveal in the background, so it gives you your colors. Now, I said before that I like the brown bottom with the lime green. In this case, it's like a turquoise bottom with red fish in it. Yeah, this hook series extremely easy to use. It's a button screen for the people that don't like touchscreen. You have a page button there. You decide on what you want to look at. If you want to see sonar, you go over there. You touch the screen. There's your sonar. There's your 2D image. Then if you want to go down scan, go over to down scan. Very easy to use. It's all buttons are very easy. If you want to again go and you want to go with a split screen, for instance, you can do that. It gives you your split screen that shows the sonar on the one side, your mapping on the other. The chip is in the top right here, which gives you all of your contours of all the lakes you're on. And you can mount this stand up as you see there with the bracket. You can also surface mount it. There's little dogs that go in here. We've taken them out for this demonstration, so you can cut it, mount it in your dash, makes it nice and close to the dash, and the screw nails go in there, and then you snap in the corners, and it's surface mounted, which is really nice.
So another deal that we have here, Jerry, is the Elite TI2 HDI with Navionics card in the 7-inch version for the show. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the Elite TI2 is your touchscreen. We have talked about that in the past, where your screen is very easy. You just decide on what you want to look at. You want to go sonar, you touch sonar screen, that gives you your sonar. Fish finding capabilities, you want down scan, you go to your down scan page, which allows you to see the fish reveal on that. So you have your fish there in color, which tells you exactly what's down there as far as fish goes. The bottom is always very detailed. Every rock, every log, every weed, it shows up perfectly, but you get your fish in color, which is an extremely big advantage to you. The unit, you of course have mapping on it. The unit comes with the chip in it, gives you all of North America, or I'm sorry, all of Canada on that chip in great detail with the contour lines. Your navigational aids, everything is in there. This is the transducer that comes with it, which gives you your down scan and gives you your sonar. It's a very easy transducer to mount. It's called a Skimmer Transducer. Goes on the back of your boat. Extremely easy unit to use. Again, it's a touchscreen, very easy to set it up. You want to have, your split screens or your 4 screens on there. You can do it any way you want. You can set it up and make it run very easily for you.
So Jerry, you talked a lot about the fish finding capabilities of that, but this is also a very powerful GPS unit. So we're going to talk about the GPS in a second. One question I did have is, you also mentioned about the transducer being a transom mount. Can you glue that in the hull?
Absolutely. This can be glued in a fiberglass hull. It goes into the back, of course, down under the engine or ahead of the engine if it's an outboard. It's glued in. I've installed many of these in there. And that eliminates it being hung off the back of the boat. In particular, with a fiberglass boat, you don't have to hang it off the back like you do with an aluminum. But these are glued in. You get your bottom contact without any problem. Now, we're told that the down imaging, you lose a little bit of the signal going through the fiberglass, but not in the sonar, not for your straight depth. But I've never had any issues with losing any bottom whatsoever with the down image. I've never had a complaint from a customer at any time. It's been great, and it's easy to install in your hull and get it in there, and it's done. on, there's nothing hanging off the back of the boat as well.
So if you don't want to drill holes, this is a good option.
Absolutely, and you know, it's got that nice flat bottom, so it's easy to install in there and get it mounted and get it done. It's not like it's got a rounded bottom on it like some of the older transducers. It's a very easy install to get it in there. It's a very clean install as well.
So talk about some of the GPS features on the unit, some of the things you like about this as a GPS unit.
Yeah, with the GPS, the antenna's mounted in the head of the unit. It's up in here, so it can be mounted flush in the dash, or it can be mounted on this bracket that it's on there now. And you can go at any speed you want. It'll always keep up with you. It's not like there's any lag time. It's extremely powerful. You can zoom in and zoom out very quickly on the side of the unit here, or you can zoom in and zoom out down on the bottom. If you're running in hard water, what I call hard water or rough water, you put your hand on the outside edge. You don't have to touch the screen to do it, and you can zoom in. You put your hand. I've done it numerous times in extremely rough water. You can zoom in very quickly. You don't have to be looking at the screen. You can be looking ahead, zooming in, and you can see exactly where you are, and you can see exactly where you're going if you zoom out. So speed isn't a problem. You can go as hard as you want, and you always can see ahead of you and know exactly where you're going. You have the contour lines that are there to be able to see where the shallow water is ahead of you at a glance, even in rough water.
One of the other great deals we have at Radioworld for the boat shows are the 12-inch boat in a box bundles. And these ones are really geared towards bass fishermen. They come with 2 of the HDS-12 live units in the box, a 3-in-1 side scan transducer, a 0.1, a remote to control them, where you can save waypoints on it. So if you're a bass fisherman, that's something great to check out. But Jerry, you wanted to point out that you've also sold that to another type of customer.
I've done it where I put a 12-inch unit at the helm, and I put a 12-inch unit at the back of the boat for a downrigger guy. So when he's back there setting his downriggers up, he doesn't have to look back to the helm to see what's with the unit or the depth that he's at or his cannonballs are at. He can look at the back screen when he's there close to the downriggers, and he can adjust his downriggers to wherever he wants very easy. So they can be, it's a plug and play system where it's a Ethernet cable that goes from one unit to the next unit, and it reads everything. So these 2 units will read one transducer off the back, which is a 3-in-1 transducer. It gives you your side scan, your down scan, and your 2D sonar. So it reads that transducer on both units as well.
So Jerry, you guys also have, if someone wants bigger, a 16-inch model in the HDS Live series, right?
Yes, for sure. The 16-inch units, I find that I put more of those on the front of the boat where the guys are casting from the front. So the tournament guys that are at the front, they're farther away from the unit than they are when they're sitting at the helm looking at their units, which may be only 2 feet away. Whereas if you're at the front of the boat and you're standing up and you're back here and you look back, you have a 16-inch screen. You can read everything at the front that is from the back. So in other words, your transducer at the back will show on your screen at the front. Your transducer on your trolling motor will also show on that screen if you like, so that you can read the sonar directly below the trolling motor, or you can read the sonar from the back of the boat with your side scan going left and right at the back. So 16, that's where I put more of them, is at the front of the boat. Yet I put 16s at the helm. They're big, but I do have some guys that are pretty big, pretty tall guys, and they're able to see over top of it. But it depends on the configuration of the boat, of course.
Okay, so we talked about the larger screens. What's the difference other than the screen size between the 7, 9, 12, and 16-inch model?
The only difference is on the 7-inch screen, you have the 7 and the 9-inch screen. You have 4 screens on that, so you can put 4 different pallets up there. Whereas your 16, you can put 6, and the 12, you can put 6 screens up. So that's the only difference between the smaller sizes and the larger sizes. You're able to put more up on the screen if you want. So that's the major software differences. Now the hardware differences between the units is your 12 and your 16 screen have hard keys here. So these keys, they're quick keys. You can actually touch them, make them do whatever you want. So you decide what you want to go on the screen when you hit those quick keys, and it instantly comes up as to what you want. So if you want something that's fast, you don't have to go down and go through a menu to do it. You just reach in and select the key that you want, which will give you what you want to see. And there's 4 keys there, so you can decide very quickly before you start to fish what you're going to want to see very, very quickly. And you just hit those hard keys and you're done.
And you can even do things like deploy your power poles with those keys, save waypoints, like specific icon waypoints, right? So it's pretty well unlimited what you can customize on those.
That's correct, yes. These keys are something you want to do fast. So if you wanted to put your power poles up or put them down very quickly, you hit one key, that'll do that for you. It'll bring them up. So it's really nice. So you're in a fishing situation, you say, okay, I want to leave. You don't have to go back to the helm and raise your power poles or hit your fob around your neck, for instance, or on the pet. You just reach down, hit that. By the time you're back in the helm and you flip your key and start it, those power poles are up and away you go, you're gone. So saves time because everything's on the quick key and you just decide what you want to put on there and away you go.
One of the other important things that you need to be asking when you're purchasing a unit is, what's the warranty and service like? So Jerry, tell us a little bit about Lowrance's warranty and service policies.
Yeah, with warranty on them, Lauren, in the Hook series, for instance, you have a 1-year warranty, which covers you against everything, and you still have a 5-year Advantage warranty, what we call Advantage or prorated warranty, whereas or we could say service warranty, I guess is another way of looking at it. So if, for instance, something went wrong within the 5-year period and you ship it back to Lowrance, they will look at it and see if there's any issues there. And if there is an issue within the 5 years, they will offer you a new unit or a better unit if you'd like to pay a little bit more, but at a discounted rate. So you still have Lowrance because your wiring and everything in your boat is hooked up to Lowrance, so you can just go and put on the new one, but it'll be at a discounted price and a brand new unit.
As far as service goes, in Canada here, where would somebody have to take it? Where would
you ship it out to Edmonton to our Canadian office out there. We have the technicians there. The first thing they do is they check it to see exactly what went wrong. They get in touch with you very quickly and tell you what the problem was and what they can do for you to be able to get you back on the water as quickly as possible.
Okay, and if correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Lowrance doesn't repair; they just replace units.
That's correct. We don't repair units, never did repair units. It is replaced for you with a new unit.
Okay, so let's say I send my unit back and get it replaced. Is there a warranty on the replacement?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's a 6 months warranty on the replacement unit or the balance of the original unit that you had. So yes, you're completely covered still. Yes.
Okay, so that kind of gives you the idea of what service would be like with Lowrance, but if you have any trouble, like technical problems while you have the unit, a lot of stuff I find that can just be resolved over the phone. So if you bought it from Radioworld, by all means try and give us a call, or you can also give Lowrance's 1-800 service line a call and they can try and help you out as well. All right, so there you have the lowdown on the Lowrance product for 2021 and all the special deals we have at the virtual boat show this year. So Jerry, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate all the insight and information. And yeah, we hope you enjoy this video and enjoy the show as best you can this year virtually.